Today I'm going to talk about non-obvious reasons why you should start a side hustle. And if you have been following my channel for some time, you know I'm someone who likes to dabble in a lot of things. And my side hustles actually become my main income sources over the years. So I'm a firm believer of doing things outside of your normal day-to-day job. In fact, a couple of surveys done in Singapore show that more than 50% of young Singaporeans in their 20s and 30s have a side hustle. So perhaps I'm preaching to the choir here, but if you're someone without a side hustle, maybe this video is for you. Having a side hustle obviously earns you more money, and when we have more money, we can reach our goals much quicker. And I think in capitalistic societies like Singapore, reaching your first pot of gold is very important. And I mentioned this before in my previous video, but I think it bears repeating now. Once you have a certain amount of resources, life just gets easier. Your money will grow you more money, and then you just earn more money in general after getting your first pot of gold, because you can invest, you can buy property, you can flip the property, etc. And that is, of course, the obvious reason why we should get added sources of income. But of course, this video is about non-obvious reasons why you should have a side hustles. And I think the first would be that your main job and side job can actually cross-pollinate each other in terms of things like skills, network, and experience. So from personal experience, I run a tuition business with a few friends, and when I joined my day job, a colleague actually come up to me and asked, hey, how much do you charge for your tuition? My daughter needs it, etc. So that's actually one way how getting a job on top of my business actually helped my business, because I managed to refer business over there. And of course, my website, there are also colleagues who come and ask me, okay, what credit card is best and all, and they sign up to support me. So colleague, thanks for supporting me. And of course, there are some viewers and readers who contacted my firm wanting financial advisory because you all realize that I've joined Provident as a client advisor. So this is just a few examples of the ways having multiple jobs and side hustles actually help each other in terms of network. And you know the cringy phrase, right? Your net worth is your network. I think that is true to some extent, right? The more people you know, the easier it becomes to further your career, grow your business, etc. So I do agree with the phrase, even though it's quite cringy. Hey, this is July Seth speaking, and this video is actually largely filmed in May. But in the month of July, I actually managed to interview my big boss, Christopher Tan. And that's another example how my jobs are actually cross-pollinating each other. You can tap here to watch that video. And for the month of July, Weibo is giving an exclusive deal for my viewers only. And you can get an extra bonus trading voucher worth 10 to 100 US dollars. And this is only for my viewers. And this is on top of the public offer of 6 to 40 free shares worth 3 to 1,000 US dollars, and also 8 options trading vouchers worth 10 to 100 US dollars. Now, this also works if you have previously signed up with my link but have yet to fund your account. Do so quickly to take advantage of this exclusive promo. So thanks for signing up, and thanks to Weibo for sponsoring this video. Having a side hustle also means that you can use your skills and experiences learned in one job to help you in the other job. So I can only speak for myself, but I think my website and my day job are pretty much in the personal finance realm. So there is some crossover in terms of skills and experience needed for one job and the other. Even between seemingly unrelated fields like my tuition business as well as my website, there are some skills that can be applied to both. And I used to be the marketing guy for my tuition business, so I designed a lot of collaterals, a lot of posters, things like that. And I found that immensely useful when I started my website, because a lot of the graphics that you see on my website are all designed by myself. And that's one example of how skills can be transferable like that. Experience is also something that's very transferable. So in all my jobs, and I think virtually any job in the world, you have to deal with people to some extent. And dealing with people from all walks of life, from different sectors, right, also helps to contribute to that, those kind of soft skill building. So having multiple jobs can actually help you to grow yourself as a person in terms of your network, your skills, and your experience. And these are things that are more or less universally useful regardless of what field you are in. And therefore, having a side hustle not only improves you in all these regards, but also you earn an income from it. The next reason why I think side hustles are so important to have is because it can actually help you unlock growth areas that you did not know existed. Now, I'm saying this because I used to have my main income coming from my tuition business, and it was good for a while. I was earning quite okay income. And then over time, I realized that I was becoming stagnant. I reached a point where I realized that my revenue was not growing and my student base was just pretty stagnant. There was not much growth year on year, and in fact, it was actually declining. Luckily for me, in 2020, I started my website as a hobby, but it quickly grew to a business on its own and it started earning me income. And then I could reduce my reliance on my tuition business, and then I got income from my website. And I think I could have been perfectly fine, just sticking to my tuition business, earning an okay income. But I think I'm much better off now because I chose to dabble in things like my website, and then in 2021, the YouTube channel they're watching now. And last year, I joined a job. And over the years, I find that my website and YouTube actually have seen the best growth amongst my various income sources. And therefore, I continue to produce content every single day. And you can subscribe to my Telegram group to get daily updates on useful financial tips, hacks, and promos. So having multiple hustles actually let me see which pursuit has more reward per effort that I put in. And it's not necessarily just financial rewards as well. So sometimes things like job satisfaction, happiness, these are also things that I can evaluate now that I have different sources of income to see which one I want to spend more time and effort in. Having a side hustle, of course, is also a very good way to have a backup plan in case anything happens in your day job. And that's exactly what happened to my dear colleague in the influencer space, Kelvin from Kelvin Learns Investing, who actually lost his job. But thankfully, he had his YouTube channel already started at that time. And in fact, his income increased as a result of becoming a full-time creator. So yeah, right, having multiple areas of growth, I think is very important. And yeah, having a side hustle allows you to have that. The next thing I think is a little bit controversial, but I'll say anyway. And my opinion is that I think people have too much free time. And free time is really overrated. And you should try to instead earn money during your free time. When I think about what people typically do during their free time, you'll be doing things like playing video games, watching movies, hanging out with friends. Now, these are all good and activities that you should do. But I find that for many people, and I'm not saying everyone, right, we just have too much of this free time and we're just spending too much time watching Netflix, hanging out, going out, spending money. Such activities are, of course, what we need to do to rest and all. But I realize that if you're doing it far too often, you are actually much better off dedicating some time towards building something that will get your income instead. And it does not have to be a job. It can be something you enjoy. Now, again, I started my financial website and YouTube channel out of interest, out of a hobby, to fill my free time with, and it turned into something that's money making and gave me more reason to continue doing it. Now, I foresee this to be very controversial. So again, disclaimer, this does not apply to everyone. If you are someone a few years down the road, will look back at the time you spend now and you feel like, okay, I spent all those time watching TV shows, hang out with my friends, going clubbing, going pubbing, and I am very happy with the times I spent. By all means, go ahead. But if you feel like you might regret not doing something during your free time, you might want to try to manage your time a little bit, cut down on things that are a little bit more frivolous, and try to use your free time to build something that not only earns your income, but something you might be proud of a few years down the road. So that's just my take on the issue of free time. Again, of course, if you're a parent with 3 kids, you don't have free time, okay, fine, right? But for those who have too much free time that they have to kill time, yeah, perhaps a side hustle is something you really want to consider doing. Hi, it's July Seth again, and my friend Jean, a fellow YouTuber, also made a video talking about how productive pursuits actually add to her financial well-being, and I highly recommend you to check that video out. It's a really very good video, so tap here for that. Finally, I want you to go and think about all your friends who are a bit wealthier and ask yourself whether they are people who made their money through investing, or are they people who made their money through various sources of income that they have. And I think chances are they belong in the second category of people. Personally, I know way more people that are in the second category, and they tend to be rich because they have a lucrative career, they have a very profitable business, and more often than not, they tend to have multiple income sources. So while investing is still very important for us to grow and maintain our wealth, in order for us to have wealth in the first place, I think earning the income is actually the easiest and most common way of getting to a certain level of wealth in the first place. So I feel that we pay too much attention and focus on investing when we can actually dedicate more time and effort towards growing our side hustles as well as our side businesses, which can actually bring us a lot more profits than investing in the markets can on a limited budget. Think about it. Sometimes we spend so much time monitoring the markets, trying to find out the next big thing to invest in. All those time and effort can actually be used to grow a business already. So if you have $1 million and you double it, hey, that's pretty good. That's additional $1 million of profit, and maybe that's better than any side business that you can come up with. But if your capital is only 50,000, 100,000, even if you 2x it in 2 years, is that more than what you earn in a side hustle? So those are my non-obvious reasons why you should get a side hustle, and hopefully I convince you to pick up side hustles. If not, too bad you have watched to the end of this video. Also, let me know in the comments below what side hustle do you think is interesting and more people should explore. Okay, let me know and I might just try it out and review it for my YouTube channel. Now subscribe to my Telegram group and remember to drop me a like on this video. It really helps my channel a lot. Also on my Telegram group, we have all kinds of discussion relating to personal finance, credit cards, promos and great deals, so see you there. Also turn on this video which talks more about work and this video which you think you really like, and I'll see you in those videos.